Hi, my name is Nick Fleming, and this is my self-evaluation for public speaking. Um, Prior to attending Full Sail University, I had neutral feelings. I'd never had a full public speaking class before, so it was really new to me. It was just a new experience. Um, I do feel comfortable with my communication skills. I feel like I'm a very dynamic speaker. I feel very confident now. I don't have any performance experience prior to this, or at all. um, so during my introductory speech, I felt like I had great projection, I had great volume, great eye contact. My posture could have been a little better, but my gestures and facial expressions, I felt really confident and solid, and my articulation was good. The only thing bad was I forgot a line, which really put me on the spot. I wasn't too comfortable about that. For my persuasive speech, I felt like everything was pristine. This was my drunk driving speech. I felt like I had great volume, great articulation. I had eye contact with everybody in the room. My movement was great. Uh, I felt like I channeled my nervousness into energy, into something that makes me more dynamic and makes me more of a more broader. I could cover a bigger area with my dynamism. For my professional speech, I felt very confident. I felt very solid. My eye contact, volume, and projection were all great. And I had good gestures and movements, good use of hands. I was I nervous during any presentation? I was nervous during my introductory, like I said, because I fumbled. I forgot a line, and that just threw me way off. So that was probably the only speech I was really nervous with. Um, the audience responded to my presentations very well, especially during my TED speech. It seemed like they really enjoyed it, and they were engaged. They really liked it. I had a lot of audio with my presentation, so that seemed to engage them as well. Um, I interacted with the audio-visual components of my presentations just by starting them and putting them in there, but I did use a lot of audio. Um, I was satisfied with the time I spent researching and preparing for my presentations. I felt I felt like I could put more time into my industry professional speech, just because it was hard to find JPEGs of a proper size. So I felt that really hindered me, put me a couple hours behind just looking for photos, and that bothers me. Um, I did spend time practicing my introductory speech, which is probably why I messed it up, because I felt so confident going in there, and I memorized everything. And when I first got up there, my mind went blank. It was embarrassing. Um, I did practice more speeches. I did practice my industry professional speech. I didn't do it 5 times, but I did it about 3 times. I just sat here at home with my girlfriend and just did it in front of her. I did have I had delivery errors in my introductory speech. I recovered just by remembering the lines and looking down at my notes. It really helped. I enjoyed giving my TED speech the most over Crows because, like I said, the audience was just so engaged. It was very, very self-rewarding. Um, the speech that was most challenging would probably be my persuasive speech over drunk driving. Just because it's such it's such a wide open topic. Everyone has such different opinions about it, and I felt like just finding the right information to throw at them. That was probably the most challenging part of any of the speeches. Uh, Again, that was my biggest challenge in concerning research and preparation was my DD speech. What I learned from watching other presentations this month, like Rick, finished with a bang, really, because at the end of his human trafficking speech, he got kidnapped himself, and that got the whole audience into it. I mean, that was brilliant. That was very very dynamic move of his choice. I managed the time constraints using Justin's idea, which is play a song, which is about 5 minutes long, or however long you want your speech to be, and then time yourself with that song so you stay on time, essentially. I thought that's a great tactic. I mean, that's the one thing that I learned this month that really stuck. Not the one thing, but, you know. Rating my public speaking performances this month on a scale of 1 to 4, I'd give myself a 3. Probably just because I take a point off because of the fumble in my introductory speech and just moving around. I kind of moseyed in one spot. I didn't really use the entire floor. I wasn't really using the proxemics that much, so that's the only reason why I'd give myself a 3. And my feelings concerning speech giving after my experiences this month is articulation. You gotta articulate, because you cannot just fumble your words. You can't mumble them. But I feel very confident now giving speeches. I do feel like this class was worth something, and that I could present a solid idea to a group of people that I've never seen before. Thank you for your time. I'm Nick.